Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for joining in. Need to move over my chair a little bit. Hope chat is all doing well. And hola, Ross. Thank you for joining. We will get our actual save stay up. It's great. Let's restart that shop. Dear God. No, I don't want to install. Oh God. More team building time. So we'll wait for that to load. Yeah, I just broke it immediately. I just pressed like load save state and it just went nope, no. So grab that one up. Back okay yet? There we go. I'm glad I got you back into it, yeah. It's been fun to just like every now and then boot up and do a few online battles now that I've got a few more teams. Oh, you fucking kidding me? Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, hang on a sec. Can we just go to me for it? Can just go to me where I'll try and figure this out. But yeah. How's everyone's day going compared to mine? It might be going better. Oh dear. Yeah. Got back up there. Oh dear. So right. Well, if I try and load like the third state. Oh no. Right, it's got an update, so let me at least just try the update and see if that fixes it. I've just like I presumed, you know, that I don't think we've got the show me sausage on this one. I shall redeem one when we're back. I don't think I've put the gifs in like the just chatting section of my stream. This isn't really meant to be for just chatting because I don't do that normally, but it's one of those of just like, I guess while this just keeps loading up and failing on me, it's like it's a bit shit to watch it. Yeah. Oh, how the doggos. They're doing well. They're just cuddling up at the moment. They've been pretty lazy today, apart from like going on walks and stuff. They've just been relatively quiet compared to usual and just like, you know, going inside. Went to I was just like cooking and making a soup and just like cutting up a bit of celery and just Oryx had never tried some, so I gave some to Oryx earlier and he was like, okay, I think I like this, and kind of walked away and ate it. And then I tried to find Cade and he was like, we've got like a duvet on what do you call it? On our sofa. Okay, this might be working now. I don't know how far behind this save file is though, that's the issue. Okay, so but yeah, we have a duvet on the sofa just while it's cold, especially for winter and stuff, and like I just found Cade inside of the sheets and he was like trying to break through the sheets to try and get to the food, but it was like he was just shoving his head like in the side of the duvet like help me, help me. Like mate, you're gonna have to stick your head out if you want this food. He is a silly boy indeed. Because yeah, I don't remember what I'd... So I remember getting rupees last time, but I don't remember specifically why I got rupees. that was it to get the 4th bottle. So I did do that. And it has saved here correctly. So we appear to be able to go back in. So I'll get my usual one. But there we go. Oh, the sausages are in now. There we go. It redeemed itself when it was, like, available, which is good. You know what? Do it again. So yeah, we appear to be at the right point in the save. I appear to have, like, done a proper save as well as saved the like, you know, emulation state. Because for whatever reason, just clicking, like, load newest save state or clicking on any of the save states seems to not be working that way, but I am able to just click, like, you know, the classic of just go back in through regular save file way. Oh, Carl's raided. Thank you. Hi, everyone. You timed that out really well, because we'd just been having some, like, problems with the emulator not loading. So you've all joined just in time for me to be able to actually start this Dark Palace dungeon in A Link to the Past. So thank you, everyone, for raiding and joining. Hope Tekken all went well. Thank you, Carl, for joining. Thank you for raiding. Oh. Get some frogs in chat. Some literal frogs. And of course, Jade as well. We'll I'm just gonna show some sausage while everyone comes in and says hello. Just some welcome sausages to everyone. Okay, I can show pride. Thank you all for joining. Hello, Frog. And hi, Carl. Thank you for sending everyone over. Get the little pride cades up. But yeah, we are on to Dark Palace, which is going to be our 5th dungeon of Link to the Past here at the moment. Immediately just. So I'm hoping just, you know, all goes well after the emulator's been a bit... Yeah, it's going a bit slow at the moment. Wait. We definitely didn't do Dark Palace, did we? No, I don't think we did. I just remember seeing something similar to that. It might have been in the last dungeon. But yeah, a message from Daddy himself. Oh yeah, I'll give you a call, Carl, if you're gonna stick around. Da-da-da. Get Carl in. Carl doesn't want, like, special Carl appearance on a Zelda night. Oh, just a blue rupee. Okay. So I'm presuming some kind of light-based gimmick for this dungeon specifically.
There we go.
There he's in.
Yeah, I was going to go to the gym, but then I looked outside and it's raining. I went, you know what? Fuck that. I'll go first thing in the morning.
But you know what? Instead, I'm just going to watch Lucas. The gym can wait.
Well, it's as well, because I'm sat at my PC. I was just going to, I was going to go to the gym, and I thought, well, it's fucking raining, so I'll just, you know, get a cup of tea or something.
I'll appreciate you joining in.
And just stick around and play some Tekken. But I streamed some Tekken, and Lucas, do you know my favourite thing about that, streaming a fighting game?
Oh, no.
One round, whether they win or they lose, immediately quit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But I'm trying to learn the matchups and characters.
Mm-hmm.
What are you playing, my friend?
So I'm playing Link Between Worlds, which is the 3DS Zelda sequel to Link to the Past. But yeah, you raided at the right time because I like tried to load up the emulator and kept just for some reason the emulator was crashing every time I did like a save state load, so I had to just do like, you know, just a regular from main menu load, and it seemed to be working now. But it was literally like just 5 minutes or so of me just being on like just my camera, just trying to figure out like what the fuck's going on with this. That classic thing of technology of I've changed nothing at all, but for some reason it's not working this week.
Well, because I was streaming Tekken, it was the first time I've used the Elgato in a while. So, of course, the first, like, 30 minutes of a stream, it disconnected 4 times.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then didn't disconnect the entire rest of the time.
God, this dungeon is so dark. What fuck is going... Like, something's hurt me, but I don't know where anything is. Please. Right. Oh my... What the fuck... Ah, it's got like a little shield on its face.
I just like the idea as well, 2 Nick Tuesdays. What's better, 2 Nick Tuesdays or Tekken Tuesdays? Like, folks at home, you let us know.
The combo of both is the best, Carl. Yeah, right. I was playing some more Pokemon today, just like before doing, like, going to the shopping, you know, being responsible and doing my duties for the day.
I thought you meant being responsible and playing Pokemon.
No.
Playing Pokemon.
Before I was being responsible, I played a bit of Pokemon. And you know what, Carl? I got the legendary, never thought to be seen, Numal Dash Button combo off and got the... Like,
you actually pull it off?
I killed all 4 of the team with just the Numal and Dax Button.
Does that mean then, like, do you think it can work, or is it still one of those...
No, it's not going to work, but it's like one of those of they used... they did use what, like Incineroar, Among Us, and then what else did they use? Hydrapple and Malamar, so they're a bit too, like, bit more niche picks, but
yeah,
still nothing, you know, completely awful. But even... Like, they basically let me get defensively set up a little bit.
And then just no crits.
And no crits, but both of them were asleep for 4 turns and didn't die. No swap outs, nothing. Just because the interesting thing was they did a skill swap Malamar.
Oh, what did they give contrary to them?
So they gave the contrary to Hydrapple to use Draco Meteor, but also the Hydrapple... Its ability reduces your evasiveness on both of your Pokemon.
Okay.
So then it skill swaps that onto Malamar to do it again, and then Hypnosis was hitting every time.
Oh.
I was like, you sneaky fuck, that's pretty clever.
Well, so they were trying something bullshit on you as well.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously they just had like a parting shot Incineroar as well as that.
What's the thing as well? It's like I was telling you, you need to like just play Virgil. You can play some weird bullshit, but you have to have, like, just something ridiculous in there.
You have to have, like, you have to have the Incineroar that will help you while you're trying to pull off, like, the Hydrapple win or whatever.
Yeah. Like, you need something that's strong enough to, like, you know, just bolster your team. You need that glue.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to throw bombs across. Like, this is a bit of a weird one because I've not really... There's not too many 2D Zeldas where they just take away visibility from you so much. Like, this screen is, like, almost completely
that looks like
black.
a screen from, like, an Xbox 360 game. Remember the day?
It looks like Gears of War.
But it's like, ooh, it's dark, so it's atmospheric, so I can't see jack shit.
I can't see fucking anything. Okay, yeah, we didn't find... No, we found the compass there. That's got the little shield face one. Dark? Guessing that's the boss of this dungeon. Oh, God. I'm so lost right now. Okay, I've got my map at least. So maybe I just need to be relying more on the actual map itself. It's not often where Nintendo will encourage you to just be like, you can't fucking see it all. It's like Pokemon as well, isn't it? Just when you go into any of those dark caves and it's like, no, you can basically see like,
Yeah.
you know, 1 square away from where you are.
Well, that's always the trick, isn't it? It's like, you can see a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Oh, this is a cool gimmick. It's like glow in the dark. So the path reveals itself when you get rid of all the light in the room. It's a bit simple because all they had to do was take out 1 lantern there.
It'll get more complicated though, just you wait.
I'm hoping it does. Oh god. Yeah, there's so much of Gears 1 where it's like, just fuck you, either you can't see, or fuck you, just hide from Krillin so you can find light. Because those Krill sections are so frustrating where it's like, oh, go and turn this thing really slowly so you can, like, move your buddy across a raft and not get killed, or shit like that.
Never forget, the Krill was so annoying. They literally just, in the next game, said they all died.
Yeah.
Off screen, every single Krill died.
Just where did the Krill go? What Krill?
Yeah, it's like, what are that?
Just they all left when General Grievous died. Not General Grievous, General Rom.
Oh man, Lucas, have you seen that Star Wars fans are about to get even more insufferable? Because now they're re-releasing the Phantom Menace in cinemas. So now all those weirdos who make it their personality have to actually go watch it.
Yeah.
And pretend that it's good. And I can't wait. I can't wait for them to sit through half an hour of political intrigue talk when they're like, no, I hate politics in this shit.
There's no politics in this Star Wars, Carl. As we go and protect the Senate.
Can't wait for them to be asking, like, why is, like, just Ewan McGregor's character not interesting or saying anything funny? Because that's 99% of his fucking performance.
Yeah. There's 2 memes, and then the rest of it is him just being boring. Which, you know, is how they wrote the character. It's not against, like... I'm not against any actors. I'm against, like, you know, the direction they got.
Of course, yeah. But it's going to be so funny to watch them have to, like, defend the film. I cannot wait for them to try and have to... No, it's really, really good.
I really like the action scene at the end. It's like, yeah, we all did. We just said the rest of the game was shit. It took me too long to realise that was what was happening. I didn't know Brad was on.
I think we're all streaming on the same night, but I'm just that thing.
We've all coordinated that very well then. Right, let's steal viewership from each other.
Listen, I knew I'll be streaming 8 o'clock, so I'm like,
yeah,
no, yeah. I wanted to play Tekken. So I've got my Jack 8 looking like Senator Armstrong. He's got a move where he throws a big bit of metal at you. So he's here.
Let me see. Literally, let me see. Oh god. I think take him on for the team.
I'm fighting a Jin, and he's made him wear a black suit and tie with an eye patch. It's like, fucking hell, mate. Do you want some fries with that edge?
God.
Like, it's just a black outfit that's entirely black with red accents and an eye patch.
Of course, it's with red accents. I don't know, like, RE2 is the better game than RE3 in terms of the remakes, at very least. Like, I think it's pretty unarguably better than RE3 and a bit longer. RE2 is more like horror vibes, and RE3 is a bit more action vibes. But gameplay-wise, they are the same games. Like, Claire has a dodge, Jill has a dodge, sorry, not Claire, in RE3, but other than that, like, there's very, very little difference in terms of gameplay. It is 100% a case of, like, if you don't get on with RE2, RE3 is probably not for you. If you didn't, I saw in the Discord that you said like you played it a bit tired. I would like maybe just say give RE2 another like one shot, because it is a very, very good game. But you know, if it's the gameplay that you're not enjoying, then that's not going to be helped.
Yeah, like you are one of like the greatest Resident Evil 2 players in the world, which you can say. No exaggeration, one of the best people at that game in the world.
You're one of the fastest players of it in the world, at least.
You got like 14 caveats in that doesn't matter.
It doesn't, no. The last thing is, I might not be... like, I'm just a few off top 100, but like, the fact that I'm still in like probably the top 150 of all of those speedrunners. So I imagine, like, a lot of the speedrunners probably have, like... You know, there's probably overlap between, like, the people who are on, like, the leaderboard for console and leaderboard for PC.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I did find it frustrating, though, when, I was like, fuck it, it's come to Game Pass, so I'll do, like, a speedrun to try and play on Xbox, and I prefer the Xbox controller, so... It might be fun to just play it on Xbox.
Oh, you were telling me, like, this just sounds infuriating.
And yeah, it just, it kind of just doesn't work. It's like, I played the game, got to where the, essentially the finale of the game happens, where it's like, right, I've got 5 minutes left of this speedrun. And I've rescued Cherry, I'm gonna go down the lift and do the final boss. And then the, like, game was like, oh yeah, your save's corrupted and we can't auto-save. Which then, for some reason, means you can't just go down the lift. Like, for some reason, the lift glitches out because of the save corruption. And then I was like, right, okay, it takes me less than an hour to do this speedrun, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, okay, big deal, I lost an hour. I like the way you can say I lost an hour of progress, but for you, that means the entire game. Well, I only lost an hour of progress, like, Lucas, that's the entire game.
But yeah, then... For some reason, I looked online and people were like, yeah, that can happen. We don't know why. It still hasn't been patched 5 years later. But just, you know, delete your local save file, reinstall the game, you should be fine. And I did that, did another speedrun, and the exact same fucking problem happened. The exact same glitch. I was like, so is this just, like, ostensibly not playable for me on Xbox? Because, like, not the biggest deal in the world because I've got it on PlayStation already, but... Fucking hell, that's annoying.
It happened, like, twice in the same place is, like, kind of bullshit.
Yeah, which means either there's a real big problem in terms of just that game in general on Xbox, or there's at least a problem with speedrunning it. Because it might be unlikely to happen, but
it could just be the specific things you have to do to
exactly.
speedrun.
I'm doing the exact same thing every single time. So if I'm doing something a bit uncommon that makes that crash happen, it's going to make that crash happen every time I try and speedrun it. So just, you know, big heads up to if you're saying that you might learn the speedrun. It's like, I think it's a very fun speedrun, and the fact that it's like you get it down to less than an hour. It means it's a really easy pick up and play thing when you've learned it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, real fucking annoying the fact that just both times I've tried to do it on Xbox, I wasn't able to finish the run. Because just, fuck you, I guess. Like, I wouldn't mind, but it's the fact that it's been on Xbox, like, this remake since 2019.
It's an issue they've known about for a while, yeah.
So that means they've at least known about it for years, yeah. Okay, cool. Just game-breaking glitch that either is common, or at very least is common for speedrunners. Like, you know, I'm sure those people will have been vocal about that.
Of course, yeah, it's just not enough, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Just, I appreciate that games do it in terms of just, yeah, they want to let you know that you're on low health, but Is there many more frustrating things, Carl, than just having a low health noise that never goes away?
Yeah, I just make it go away or let it like make it fade after a while.
We've had this with, you know, multiple Zelda games that we've been streaming, where just the game wants to, like, either the game's on a difficult dungeon, or the game just wants to be really stingy with healing items. And we've just spent, you know, much of the time just hearing, like, the
It's just not nice, is it? It's just, I don't like that sound.
I think it is funny in Pokemon, though, where like, the music gets super amped up. That I do at least find a bit funny. I think it's Black and White 2, or maybe just both Black and White games, where when you get low, just the music gets super hyped up.
It's a good way to do it until you realize, like, man, I know. Please stop.
We're aware of the situation.
Question is though, are you? Are you really? The answer probably is no, not really.
Oh, can't shield a bomb blast. I always love the inconsistency of that, because there'll be like one Zelda game where, well, of course you can't block a bomb blast with your shield. And then you just watch like an Ocarina of Time speedrun, and half of the glitches happen because you can just, the moment you've got your shield out, you can perfectly be like inside of a bomb and still just block it completely.
Yeah, like, as well, The Legend of Zelda, when it comes to speedruns, is one of those series where no matter what bullshit Link does, I just think he's probably just that good. I always think Link's probably just that good.
They've actually just found another Ocarina of Time abuse in like the last few weeks, I think it is, where
That's amazing.
Instead of going to the Deku tree to do the wrong warp to the top of the tower, you go all the way to the second dungeon to corrupt the game to get rid of collision on like the floor, to drop down into a loading zone that drops you into the bottom of the tower to defeat Ganon.
At what point is Nintendo just going to send them like speedrunners a letter saying you're done? The game's finished.
You've beaten it, alright? Oh, I just didn't exist for a while. That's always nice. Always nice at Twitch to just say that I don't exist. We get down to get some monster guts here. That's the next question, is where is there a switch that swaps the wall around? Because that do it? It does. Okay. So we want this down. Bomb. Edge. Twist. And we found the hidden chest. And that gives you the Master Ore, which, now that we've got a second one up, we can improve our sword. I saw a clip earlier on TikTok of like somebody else streaming, and they had an error on their OBS. Like OBS had crashed, and they're like, "Okay, everyone can like still see chat, right? Like nothing's happened," because they were like, "This error's from 4 hours ago," and I'm just not gonna click on any of like the options for like yes or no on the crash report.
Just to see.
I'm just gonna leave it there, and it seems as though if we just don't confirm that we crashed, we're still streaming.
I got something similar, like when I was streaming for like the last Fact Fiend thing.
Hmm.
I got a thing where just my chat did not update for like 10, 15 minutes right at the start as everyone came in sale. Oh, fuck me then. So I'm really glad that this service takes like, 30% of all of my earnings. 'Cause clearly, mostly it's like, we only talk about because this is just, you notice it because it goes wrong. But when it goes wrong, it goes so wrong.
Yeah, I was actually unaware of what that guy does.
Stuff goes wrong. It directly fucks with your earnings.
Yes, yeah.
Like you go like a McDonald's, like losers, like something goes down for like a few minutes. Like okay, sure, McDonald's itself loses money, but the person behind the counter doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen clips of him on of his streams, but I've never like watched his streams. But I know he was like the guy who broke it down of like, oh, just here's what happens when like an indie developer actually price their games locally based on like, they change the price of the game depending on like how many people could afford it in what region and stuff, and basically made it for cheaper for poorer areas. And it's like, oh yeah, when they did that, they got more sales and people stopped pirating it.
I will point out though that does take quite a bit of effort.
It does, yeah. But it's also like, it also is going to earn you money, so piracy is service issue. Yeah, like that's
There's also a discussion we just hate having because no one ever wants to have the nuanced discussions. Like, I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, no one wants to hear the whole piracy is a service issue thing. Like, for some reason, people would rather just be told, like, well, no, there's clearly zero options so that I can justify just pirating it. Like, whatever. Yeah, sure. I don't get... again, like, I never care when people, like, I pirate things or I use, like, ad block on your videos or whatever. It's like, just don't brag about it.
It's also cool, they always want to insert themselves into that specific conversation.
It's just weird bragging about stealing. Like, you don't need to brag about it, just do it if you want to.
Like the hallmark of most crimes that you don't talk about them. Like, literally the first thing they tell you when you go to crime school. He's like, don't tell people that you came here.
So now I've blocked off the entrance to the boss door. So I've clearly got to go up another floor here and activate like that eyeball there. Yes, there's... Okay, cool. Yeah, it's like not even... I mean, it is annoying at times, but it's more baffling than anything. Like, it can be annoying, but to me, it's just like, why is this something you want to brag about? Oh, thank you, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things of, like, I didn't really think about how close we were to 1 million views until it just came up. I was like, oh, congrats, you guys have hit 1 million. I was like, oh, shit, cool.
Yeah, so you see, like, the views go up so slowly. You see, like, 5,000 here, 10,000 there. You don't realize that in the background. Yeah, that adds up.
Oh, yeah, well, if you consistently putting out something 3 times a week that earns you, like, 5, 6, 7,000 views. But yeah, that adds actually quite quickly. Seems to be implying that there is a doorway on that wall. I can't merge into that pillar. Huh? There. Doing it. Another one of those weird twisty walls. Fall down. definitely need to go up to figure out. This game is very, very good and different in the sense of it really does lean into the kind of like the 3D thinking of the different levels a lot more than some of the Zelda games do. There we go, that's the bomb. Because, like, obviously the gimmick of it being on the 3DS is that you're able to, like, see through the multiple falls and get that 3D effect, so they definitely wanted to show that off more.
Nintendo is so fucking cool when they do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, oh yeah, because they think about it. Like, they actually make the gimmicks work.
Yeah, because it's not just, oh, this is on a 3DS. And it's not like Pokemon where it's just like, I guess you just can't use 3D in that game, essentially. Because they can't be asked. But when it's like, oh, well, you know, especially the big titles like a Zelda and a Mario, where like Mario 3D Land was the same of if you have the slider off, there's some puzzles where you kind of just can't see the puzzle. You don't even really know that there's a puzzle there in the first place because it just looks like a flat object.
Mm-hmm.
And then you turn the 3D slider up, and it's like, oh no, that's an actual puzzle, like, that you can see the different aspects of now.
It's awesome.
Just, yeah. Same with this, of just, well, I guess we might as well just lean into the gimmick of having that 3D perspective a bit more if we're making a game for the 3DS. Like, and then you look at the 3DS and unfortunately most of the time it's just, yeah, we didn't really think this far. It is a gimmick that's not utilized on many games, which is sad. Like, the fact that they can literally bring out a 2DS and basically no one cared. It says it all for how many games actually took advantage of that 3D slider.
Which is a shame, because like, it was one of those things where it could have been literally game-changing, but the problem was, it gave you a headache.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me a headache, I never used it. And it's the classic, like, thing of just the moment they gave people the choice not to put it in to their games, it's not getting in those games.
A, it makes it easier to develop, and B, it just, I guess, means, like, that it's literally just easier to like, have the game run well, because you're not worrying about, like, essentially making a second version of the same image.
Yep.
So it's just easier to make the games run okay.
There's always the problem is just what's easier, not doing it.
Yeah. Oh, the game doesn't run like complete arse if we... Oh, God. If we just, like, yeah, don't put the 3D in. It's why the Pokemon games, they just... As we've all seen many a time now, Game Freak, especially when working in 3D, just aren't great at programming. So, when it's the thing of, well, now we're working in 3D, we just can't get the, like, the 3D working very well because, again, they're not very good at programming. Or, like, optimizing, I should say.
Yeah.
So it's one of those just kind of sad things of, yeah, we never really got any 3D effects in Pokemon because they just didn't 100% know what they were doing.
So wild, considering, like, it's one of the flagship series. Like, I know, like, Nintendo don't make it, but they don't make Pokemon games for any other console.
No, exactly. It's one of their flagship series on their consoles.
And the fact we never got, like, a 3D Pokemon game. Or utilize that thing of, like, imagine, like, the cool things they could have done with, like, the 3D screen of, like, some of the Pokemon. Of, like, oh, just a Pokemon that you can, gets a it looks different depending on what angle you're looking at it from or something. Seems like a Spinder or something, or a Malamar.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun. Oh, I just fucked that up. Go back, shall we? Been a very confusing dungeon to get around. Can you imagine, though, when if they did have like the 3D aspects. Like, oh, you know, you evolve this one Pokemon by having your 3D slider turn to full.
That's the thing, they could have done something like, or Porygon, like a Porygon.
They could have done, but imagine having that come up when you're playing on the 2DS.
They would have come up with a thing that'll let you do it.
You'd hope so.
You'd hope so, but
it would just be funny though if like that was one Pokemon of just, yeah, well, you know, instead of turning your Switch upside down to get a Malamar, it's, oh, make sure that when it levels up, you've got your 3D effects set to full. And then just children playing on their little 2DS, like, why am I not allowed to evolve my Pokemon?
To be fair, there was like that one, wasn't there, in the newest game where you have to put it out your Pokeball and have 5,000 steps. But if you went onto the back of the riding Pokemon, the steps didn't count.
Yeah.
It's like the Pokemon would just randomly teleport back into the ball, which reset the step counter.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone just like, come on, Pokemon. It's like, come on!
Because people were essentially using it to auto-battle Pokemon. But that barely gave them any steps. And they weren't... No one was really just having your Pokemon follow you around randomly.
Nope. And when you did, if you ran too fast, they'd just disappear.
Yeah. So you had to slowly run everywhere around with your Pokemon.
It's just that hilarious thing of like, there's almost no way to do it by accident. You have to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a thing you would ever do naturally in gameplay.
No. And it makes sense with the Bramble Pokemon. But when it was just Pawmi, like, why does... Yep. It's like, because it's running for training. It's... Fuck off. For a third time, I'm going to try and get into this room. I really can't figure out how to get to this one room. There's one switch on the other side that I hadn't hit. Yeah, out here, on the right-hand side version of this room, it's essentially the same puzzle, but I've got to use a bomb to up. What that switch? Oh, it must just open the room back up.
Look at the size of that bomb, though.
That's like the upgraded bomb when you're able to buy them.
It's like Adam West Batman over here.
Because the fun gimmick in this game is that, apart from like the merging into walls and becoming a painting link, the other gimmick is that from the start of the game you can rent nearly every single dungeon item. Like, instead of unlocking them in the dungeon, you can just rent them all immediately.
That's fun.
But if you die, you lose any items that are rented. But if you buy them for, like, I think it's like 10 times the price or something than you rent them for, then
you have them forever.
You have them forever, and you can get upgrades on them to make things like giant bombs. But yeah, it just means that, for example, you know, if one of the dungeons is like, well, you need the hookshot to get into this dungeon, you can't do it. All you need to do is go back and rent the hookshot. Like, there's no actual, like, progress stopping you apart from with the sand rod. Which I think is a really fun gimmick to do of just...
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, like, rather than every single time, you know, in like, traditional Zeldas after, like, A Link to the Past, it's pretty much do the dungeons, mostly in these orders. Like, there's a couple of exceptions, but for the most part, it's just do the dungeons in the correct order. Whereas this just kind of opens up the game way more.
It seemingly a little bit more freedom.
Mm-hmm. All down here.
I do love, like, the stained glass art style and stuff like that. It's all, like, super fun and interesting.
Just the, like, 2D Link in general is really cool. Like, the idea of, oh, we've got puzzles where Link just becomes a painting and walks around the walls.
And then he ripped it off for Mario. Not ripped it off, I guess their idea.
Yeah.
You can't rip off your own idea.
that thing when Callisto Protocol was coming out, isn't it? Where they were like, well, this just seems like it's a lot like Dead Space. He's like, well, I'm gonna rip anyone off, I might as well just rip myself off. And unfortunately, it wasn't the best.
It's annoying that it's the one good example of that, isn't it? Because like it wasn't great.
But I think Nintendo copying from Nintendo is a good thing of just, oh well, yeah, okay, like the Zelda team steals ideas from the Mario team, or
yeah, I mean, like the other example of it happening is that.
Yeah, I can't seem to get into that. I can't seem to merge into it or anything. It does seem like there's a gap in there, but it doesn't seem like there's any kind of interaction with it. But let's maybe just try and bomb it. Yeah, I've had a look from the opposite side as well, and it doesn't appear to do anything. Nope. It definitely says that there's some kind of way to get through there.
That giant ass bomb, that, look at it go.
And there's nothing that is like a merge here. Opened up. What is your secret? Literally just bashing my head against the wall.
See, like Luke has become the wall.
Well, even when I am the wall, it doesn't help me. Actually, there is. I mean, they're fucking normally used for this hint thing. There isn't like a hint ghost here, is there? Because there's a cool item where. Oh, maybe this is it. Because could go on with it. Got my line. Trying to think what that symbol could be. It might mean that we have to go place above here, though. I'd say shine the light from here. I mean, technically, they kind of did rip off the Kirby team a little bit. Because in...
We've been ripping off Kirby for years, though, haven't they?
In a Link... Well, in a Link... No, what one was it? Link's Awakening. They do have those Kirby enemies. And in the Oracle games. They have just an enemy that's just Kirby that tries to, like, suck you up and kill you. Alright. It's time for Big Cheat, because...
Like, the thing is, though, no shame. Why not?
No. It's like, I've been... This is not interesting anymore. It's just me walking into a wall. Right, okay. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's not even the room I need to do anything in.
Oh, is it just...
I've missed something somewhere else, but this just brings us to a fairy room. So, yeah, cool. That's nice. Right then. So where is the extra piece of, like, extra light to fall down? That just means I've missed one place to bring light into the room. Got that one there. Ah. Northwest. Basically like the second room there of it. So it just appears that I think there's a platform that we just were meant to bomb to let light through below, and I just never bombed it.
Oh, you just didn't think.
Over here, yep. Probably because the first time when I ran past it, the wall was, the room was not lit up, so I couldn't see the bombable floor. It's one of those silly little things of, like, we missed it early on, and there was nothing on the map or anything that could, kind of give me an indication that I'd missed that section. Like, it, you know, according to the mini-map, there was nothing that I'd unexplored in that room. There was no chest to find in that room, so it was... I'd just, you know, you kind of just assume that you've done everything you need to. Wonder what the boss is. Oh, okay.
Oh, got my first rage quit as well. Yay.
Oh, lovely.
It's basically all I did is just, oh, Kazi is just going to do the electric hell sweep, and I know he's going to do it, so I just like low parried it, immediate quit. I can't spam the most annoying
one parry. And it's like, no, we're done here.
Because online it always works because it's too quick. It's like, but I know you're going to do it because I can see the movement. I see you dashing towards me. I know you're going to do this. Low parry, just immediate rage quit.
I love that. That is one thing I will say that I've been impressed with Pokemon-wise, is doing ranked battles. I've only had one person, I think, this like season quit on me, and the reason that they quit was because I think all they had left was, it was like, that team, I think it was the Numal Dash Run team that I used on that win, and like, all they had left was like an Amoonguss against just 4 Pokemon. And they basically were like, okay, well, I've got no options left anymore. I've lost.
You can't like just give up though, can't you? Or is like just a rage quit?
No, yeah, as in like then they just cancelled the battle and lost. So that's fair enough when it's like I literally don't have anything I can be offensive with anymore. I've lost. It's like I'm just gonna save us both time and admit defeat. But a lot of the time on old Pokemon games, I remember going online and my boss was very, very quick. Jesus. Like, wasn't even thinking about it. It's just like, oh wait, that's dead. Presume just because I had the upgraded bombs, it just annihilated that first phase way quicker than we normally would. Oh, that's not the bell end with the sand rod. Oh. That's the reason that I came to this palace first. I thought it was the one with the sand rod. But yeah, I am very used to, like, often with Pokemon games, it's like, oh, well, you know, they had, say, for example, like, they had a Trick Room setter, and I just taunted the Trick Room setter, and then they'll just be like, no, I quit.
Just immediately quit, like, this is not going to work.
Yeah, like, the amount of times shit like that's happened where just, well, I wanted to just use, like, you know, a prankster Tailwind, but you used Fake Out on me, so now I don't get to do exactly what I want to do, and I'm just gonna quit.
Which must be, like, just hilarious to witness, of just, like, it's just the second one.
Mm-hmm. I did find it funny when, earlier, I just had, like, what did I lead with? It was, like, my Ambipom and, what's it called? Talonflame against an Urshifu and an Ogerpon. And I just used, like, Fake Out on the Urshifu turn 1. Brave Birded the Ogerpon to kill it, and then just second turn just annihilated Urshifu with a Brave Bird as well. And it was like, the Gale Wings wasn't even an effect anymore, because, like, you know, that's not how it works anymore. It only works when you're on full health. But it was just so funny to see that, oh, I've got, like, 2 of the most OP Pokemon. It was just Talonflame being, like, Brave Bird.
It's like, you forget that I am the bravest bird.
So I got a good couple of wins today where just, it was people using, like, pretty top tier teams and just going like, oh no, I didn't account for a Brave Bird. And then the funniest part is, the one loss I got was against, like, a really early Scarlet and Violet gimmick of, like, Dodonzo, Tatsugiri, and Flamingo. Oh,
the Flamingo, yeah.
And, like, I got annihilated by that tactic because I have never seen that, like, used against me online. So I just, like, I remembered what the tactic was, but just none of my Pokemon had an answer for it. So obviously I'm kind of building against what the current meta is, where, like, oh, well, I'll expect to see, like, an Urshifu come in, but just the moment I saw those 3 Pokemon, I was like, I honestly just don't think I can do anything against that tactic. Like, this team is not gonna be able to do anything. So it's kind of funny, like, just one of those things of, well, you know, sometimes just using those weird gimmicky teams does work out for you.
It's just very, very funny.
It's just, it's funnier to me on that one. Whereas I've seen clips of that Dodonzo tactic, I know exactly what's coming. But because my team was not ready for that tactic, there was just nothing I could do. I tried, but I think I got all them all down apart from the Dodonzo in the end. But I had zero answer for a Dodonzo with doubled stats.
You just had no answer for the whale.
Yeah, because I tried sending into Intimidate Pokemon when it had powered up, and it has Oblivious on it, so it couldn't get its stats lowered.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so I can't even stop this thing just annihilating me with Earthquakes. Oh yeah, we do need to go to the blacksmith. Got our sword upgrade on the go. Oh no, we have to do that in Hyrule, not. Portal. I don't know if you are aware of this, Carl. In this game, like, when you go to, like, you know, the Dark World equivalent, it's just, oh, it's low rule and everything is the opposite of high rule.
I'm aware of, like, low rule.
Yeah, so it's just they've got like, oh, they have a Triforce, but it's a dark Triforce that's upside down triangles.
It should be a square.
And it's not Princess Zelda, it's Princess Hilda.
It should be Prince Helga. Everything should be opposite. It should be opposite world.
I do like the just. Oh yeah, well, what's the opposite of Hyrule? Well, low rule, of course.
I remember I learned that and I was like, no. They wrote some of the most engaging stories like in gaming, and then what do they come up with for the opposite of Hyrule? Well, low rule. It's like, well, of course, yeah.
Gotta get low. Just pull. I know. Oh, shit. Lock him in.
Oh, there we go. Won a match against like someone with 1 bar connection, they quit.
Of course.
But it's the thing is that we can just tell as well when someone's absolute wank, where it's just the moment they just back up and stop fighting. It must happen to you a lot when you like play like a Destiny or something, or like Pokemon like Timer Spam. You had that yet?
I mean, yeah, that's the common.
People waiting to like the last like second before they do their move every time.
And it's always obviously people as well that are like picking super defensive teams, and they'll pick like stall teams, and not only stall you with the team, stall you with the fact that they just take a whole minute every time to make a decision on what the next move's gonna be. Just for the insult. I don't mind the idea of a stall team, but when you're also just stalling in terms of actual timed, like, you know, clicking on buttons. I did notice as well when I was building my Umbreon, I'm like, oh, they just seemingly got rid of Toxic.
Oh, did they just stop Umbreon from doing that because it was too strong?
No, I think it just doesn't exist, maybe.
What? In the game? To be fair, it was like a ridiculous move.
Like, I don't know if it's just not on any Pokemon anymore, or they've removed it. But I just had a look and was like, well, none of the Pokemon I used to have Toxic on can learn Toxic anymore. It went from being a move that you could put on everything to just seemingly not existing or being on very few at least.
Well, that's why it was so strong, wasn't it? Because like every Pokemon could learn it, and it was like always useful.
If nothing else, you could always give a Pokemon Protect and Toxic. But it is weird that such a staple move, and there's many actual staple moves in previous Pokemon games that just don't exist anymore in Scarlet and Violet. It's wild.
The weirder ones, just like the moves that seemingly, you know, they have a purpose, like Pursuit. Getting rid of something like Pursuit, okay, fair enough, but then keeping the ability like Stakeout in, like a move that's seemingly built around the idea of Pursuit. Like putting Pursuit in, but then also getting rid of Pursuit, but keeping in like U-turn and Volt Switch.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
very
clear you want to
strictly
get rid
on
of
poison
a
types
play
nowadays.
style, but why get rid of the whole thing?
It is a bit odd. But yeah, I mean, that makes sense, though, if it is... It's just, oh, it's there, but it's only on poison types. That makes sense. I'm fine with that compromise.
I think it was just like a ridiculous move.
It does just make me very confused as what to do with Umbreon, though. Because like, multiple of the Umbreons that I had built just don't work in Scarlet and Violet. Third one that was just...
Stop.
See him. I remember with this person. Like, sneak right up. Go into the wall and go behind them. Imagine how scary that would be, is just graffiti started running at you and burst out of the wall.
Like, Banksy's gone too far this time.
I do like that idea of he managed to find the Pegasus boots, so he became a thief. Just because he's like, well, I can run so fast that I just started stealing everything I could see.
It's like, you know what?
I kind of respect it. Well, no one can catch me anymore, so I just decided to become the best thief in the world.
You know, it's something similar in like the Elder Scrolls series. Like, there's this legendary item like called the Boots of Spring-Heeled Jack, and they just improve just by wearing them. Your acrobatics score by 50 straight points.
Holy shit!
And it's just like, yeah, like Spring-Heeled Jack was just a fucking sick thief because he could just grab stuff and then jump out of top-story windows and be all right. And that was just like his whole thing. He'd just run into buildings, steal things, and run and jump out the window. And chase him. When you think about it, it's like, actually, that sounds like a pretty good tactic. Like, I can't think of a way you'd actually be able to stop that tactic.
Just, yeah. Well, who's going to be able to catch you if you literally have just the Pegasus boots, which make you run super duper fast?
And I always love that like trope of someone finds like legendary item and just uses it for like bullshit that's petty.
Fucking around, yeah.
There's always one of the best things in like the Teen Titans, where like Robin invents that red X suit with Batman tech, and someone just nicks it to steal cars.
I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, so he builds it with Batman. Oh, come into your closet, fuck you. Can him go?
Ooh, it was location where did the boots that like come back when you get boots. But now I was trying to remember where that place was. Oh hey, that sword I've got there. Let me see it for a second. Oh, so we've gone and got our sword improved by the Hyrule blacksmith. And now the low rule blacksmith's like, hang on a second, let me look at that sword. What?
Yeah.
That's great. Excellent craftsmanship. It's like, that's a very good sword, but it's not as good a sword as I could have made you.
That's just like God of War, isn't it? Like Brock and Sindri. They're just getting pissed off. Like, wait a minute, do you let Sindri touch your axe?
Yeah.
And he just hits with his hammer. That's 1-3, baby. That's a really good saying for a sword. Like, when I improve this, it'll be the enemy of the world. So I quite like that for a sword who just... I will make this sword so good, it's the enemy of the world. It's alright, but it's no like Hanzo Hazashi, like, if God was being your way,
oh, yeah, it's definitely not that cool. Like, this would be the blade that could strike them down or whatever.
Like, if it will cut anything in your way, if God were to stay in your way, God would be cut. And all I'll do, I'll look at the screen and just see you like, do.
Did he say envy of the world? Did I misread that? I was just like, I'm just, you know, obviously I speed read things when I'm playing Zelda. I will go back and see. He doesn't repeat the line. I like to imagine, regardless of what he said, that he actually said enemy of.
What he meant.
Either way, we'll just give him credit for sounding cooler. Yeah, of course the mythical Pokemon learns Toxic and Recover. Yeah. At least with, like, Pecha, it's a mythical, so no one can use it in rank. That's one thing I noticed, bringing my my Swag Magina into Pokemon.
You're not using it, it's mythical.
Because it's mythical, I just couldn't use it on rap battles, but I just took it into a couple of casual battles, like, yeah, I've got this very exclusive Magina. Okay, I'm just going to show it off.
Sometimes you got to flex on like
Yeah, sometimes when you just got a rare Pokemon, you just gotta flex it. It's like when people, you know, before just everything became poker hacks of like, you know, when someone had a shiny and they brought it onto someone would just like come in and be like, oh, you know, I managed to find a shiny Pokemon that isn't just the shiny Gyarados that you guaranteed. But do you find it funny because I remember when Pokemon Legends Arceus just gave you like the quest for the free shiny Ponyta, and I saw comments online of people being like, it's ridiculous that they're now just gifting you free shiny
They've been
Pokemon.
giving you legendary shinies for ages.
And as well, they just in Gen 2 we got a free shiny Gyarados. They've been doing it all the way back since Gen 2.
Yeah, at least this time it's like a regular Pokemon, not a fucking legendary.
Well, it was just a Gyarados, but...
Not so I mean like regular Pokemon, like the Ponyta, like...
Oh,
at least it's not like when this guy is a fucking Zoroark or whatever the fuck it was.
There's Aurora, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, Link! That's a bad idea. Just jump off the cliff. I'm really trying to remember just where on Earth. It's always the minute you're actually trying to find it, just all of a sudden. I've walked into that place 2 or 3 times on that playthrough and been like, okay, I need the Pegasus booth before I do this puzzle. And now that I've got them, I just can't remember for the life of me where it actually was. Yeah, true. Gen 2, the first gen that had Chinese. Like,
That's the first gen. You had to introduce the concept, I guess, which made sense.
Yeah.
It's like a pretty good way of doing it, like giving. It's even like the people in the game, like, wait, what the fuck's this thing?
Mm-hmm. I think Heart Gold, Soul Silver, like, that is one game where I'd just be like, maybe just play that on an emulator so you can speed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, like...
Is that one that we played and we forgot, like, how few Pokemon are actually in it?
Yeah, that's the biggest downside, I think, for me replaying it. It's just... Man, there's no, like, actual Gen 2 Pokemon in this Gen 2 game. What the fuck? Why is everything just, like... Every route is just, like, a Meowth and a Rattata.
It's kind of wild when we, like, actually broke it down.
Oh shit! So, there's like 3 different passwords that you've got to, like, get right to get into the Thieves' Hideout, and I just guessed it. Okay, cool.
How great these fucking thieves are. Kind of shit at their jobs, aren't
they? Like, I literally did not remember what they were. It was just... Here's 3 multiple choice questions, just... I guess... What are the odds of that happening? Like, 1 in 3 times 1 in 3 times 1 in 3 is like 1 in 27.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's enough where you probably wouldn't get it the first time, but you could, like, just brute force it if you really, really wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Or you could just, you know, too wide and got it first time, apparently.
You big badass like you just were.
One of those that it's not enough of, like, a high odds where it's not worth just giving it a go. Like, 1 in 27, you might as well try once.
Yeah, like, worst you can do is fuck it up.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we're just in the Thieves' Hideout. Which has a 6 on it. That's like a really dark remake. I presume I'm meant to find a way to get rid of ghosts. Up on that. Ow. Ah, excellent. Which whops them around, which start pushing these statues. Just oh no, wait, I need to get it out of this first. So have you decided who you're maining yet on Jack and Carl?
I'm playing like a bit of Jack.
Oh no, you
like...
did say Jack earlier, yes, because you made the Armstrong look. Is there like a special gimmick to Jack at all, or is it just ostensibly the same Jack every time?
He's got like a new. There's obviously he's been upgraded, and his new upgrade is he's got his Gamma Howl. It's like every character in Tekken is a stance character now for the insult. And he's like Gamma Howl basically just he flexes on you. So I thought, we've got him at the Armstrong skin, because he flexes, and then he can do moves from the flex. So you met the Armstrong skin, flex on him.
So you literally stand there flexed until like you then do your next move.
Yeah. Like, do you like the Zangief flex? It's like on that level.
Okay, so what?
Also, I quite like Reina because she's like not the greatest character.
Reina. No, which one was Reina? Is that the new Heihachi kid, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just looks sick in design-wise as well.
I am proper loving though. Every single time I get someone down to like red health, the instant they're on red health, they're just spamming like the heat move. I got a guy, I managed to get him like 5 wins on the bounce because every time he got onto red health, I ran up and then just stood still. And he just did his heat move every single time.
Oh, really?
I grabbed him and instant killed him.
Just, is there any downside to not using your heat move though?
It's really, really unsafe on blocks. If you block it, it's a guaranteed combo or grab.
Right.
But because I just do the grab every time, because the grab basically kills them. So just enough damage to like kill them when they're in heat. Although there's some situation where that wouldn't work, so you might as well do a combo. But just for the insult, just do the Jack grab where you just power bombs them.
It's just one of those things, isn't it? Same when you're talking about the electric wind Godfist. And it's like, well, if that's the only thing you're going to do, then yeah, I'm just going to stand here and counter it. So I know exactly what you're about to do.
It's a very good move, unless I know you're going to do it. But I think that's the problem, because I'm in like the lower ranks at the moment. And the issue is like people obviously find that one good move.
Yeah.
As soon as that one good move doesn't work, they're like, they don't know how to react.
I still always reminds me of like that funny moment when one of our mates was playing just like some casual Street Fighter tournament.
Just went in and threw, didn't it, 5 times?
Did like back throw, and they were like, "This is really unfair." He's like, "Do something about it. You know, I'm just gonna press back throw. If all I'm doing is pressing back throw, then it
break it.
Really shouldn't be very hard to just know that I'm gonna back throw again."
But it's like it's so obvious. Like you can just see like the instant someone starts to lose, just straight away, just walk backwards and go for throws. And like when you're breaking throws and they just don't know what to do against the throws.
Yeah.
So I think I tried it with Charlie, because when Charlie like was first I came back in, I was breaking throws. Like that doesn't feel very fair, because now I can't do anything. And it's like essentially what you're saying here is you're annoyed that you can't beat me every time for free. It's like, how stupid would throws be if that's how they worked?
Yeah. Why is there a reason to open up this entire room's floor for a few seconds? I guess we'll get back to that.
And then obviously he learned to start mixing up his throws and his grabs and stuff. But just, yeah, it's the thing of like, well, do you honestly expect there not to be a way to stop you from just doing 50% of my life with one button?
Every time, yeah.
Do you not think there's going to be the option to stop that? Because a lot of people realize that the way people are wondering in Tekken, well, it seems really difficult to break a throw. What do? You press square or triangle. Every throw uses either square or triangle. On the Xbox,
I
like
thought
X or Y.
Had to do a throw to cancel.
No, everyone thinks you have to do that, but no, you have to press one of the buttons from it.
Right.
It's always 1 or 2, which is square and triangle. That's it. And all you need to do is if it's a throw that uses square, press square. If it's a throw that uses triangle, press triangle. And that's it. And so basically, if you see them go for a throw, just press square and triangle at the same time, and you're almost guaranteed to break it every single time. Except for in like the new one, where now they've got some throws can't be broken if they're crouch throws or air throws. So they're quite strong now.
Right, yeah.
And like a couple of King's Chain throws also can't be broken.
I did see people like in just, practicing King combos on like, the training room.
Yeah.
And being able to, if you get into those combo throws, you can do like a 50% damage throw. Like, or chain of throws, I guess.
Yeah.
But you're like locked into the chain, I presume, when they confirm it.
Yeah, there's like a glitch with that. They're in the process of fixing it because they're supposed to be able to the entire time. Because people think, well, that seems stupid. King can do like half your health with one throw. It's like all you got to do is just press square and triangle. Like, what are the odds of you guessing wrong on a 50-50 5 times in a row?
So you are meant to be able to break out each time.
Each time, yes. Well, that's why it's kind of broken because like there's some situation where that doesn't work. But
Yeah.
everyone always assumes that you have to press the throw button. It says just press square and triangle. But it comes down to just people assuming Tekken's a lot more complicated than it is.
Right.
You've probably seen like people say, oh, it's Mortal Kombat players are like baffled by how complicated. It's like you just need to learn. Every character has 10 moves that you need to learn, and that's it.
Because I presume that what they'll do is just look at the move list, which on Tekken is a shit ton of moves, but yeah, as you say, you need to learn like a dozen moves for your character.
Yeah. The rest of them are like completely situational, and some of them just like combo fodder. Like if you want to get max damage in combos, sure. Like if you want to like be eking out instead of doing like 60 damage, you want to be doing like 80, sure.
Oh. Oh. Look. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. That was just a lot more intimidating.
Well, the Brooks' shine is even worse. That's amazing.
No, I kind of like how like bad the Brooks' shine is though, because at
I
least
went
it does
completely
something.
all the way around on Brooks-ish.
I hate the design, but like at least the shiny isn't just like it's slightly different. It's like no, it's just as bold and horrible as.
Yeah, I thought it was shit right up until I saw like how shit it is. You know what? They're doing a thing. They're doing a thing. I'm just gonna go get myself a cup of tea, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
I'll mute myself.
Used to what? East. Yeah, it's one of those weird things with Brooksish where I'm kind of a fan of just how bad the shiny is, because you can't make Brooksish look worse than it already looked. Or you can make it look equally as bad, but I'm just a fan of, yeah, fuck it, we just made it look awful. So right now, I think I need to try and... Oh no, basement. Yeah, that's where I was. When I fell to the place. But I don't think that gave me any advantage. Did get up there or these two as well. These two switches. There's two sets of two switches that I need to be able to hold down. It was. So I'm presuming something similar to this statue situation. But, Back. Get up there. Ah, I do now have though a small key to unlock this door and get this person out, the thief girl. Please take me outside. The painting you're looking for is hidden on the outskirts of town. I'll take you to it. Maybe you can teach me how to slide in out of walls. I don't think I can. Take me outside. Come on then. Okay. Check the northern door. Okay. Oh no. Need. Ah, this is how you use those double switches. Get like the companion character. This is cool. I like that. It's not quite got the same effect as like the Wind Waker one, where you're like, come on, come on. Shiny ball picks is cool. They're not like regular or Alolan. I think the Alolan one is also quite totally different, but I would quite like one.
I'm back. So I'm just rendering off the wiki weekends this weekend, Luca. So I won't tell anyone what it is. No spoilers.
It's definitely just spoilers for the ending of something that's coming out. It's the ending of Madam Web. That's what it's on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I already just seen people be like, "Do not go watch Madam Web. It is awful."
Thing is though, Joe's been one of the people saying that. Fucking Dakota, like whatever Johnson.
Dakota Johnson, yeah, she's just
She's
been like,
been in
yeah, the
like...
entire like filming process was a fucking mess.
All she like, it's basically it's our generation. It's not even our generation. It happened for our generation too. But just a repeat of that moment where Ian McKellen started crying because he had to film the Hobbit movies in front of CGI green screens. Yeah. It's just a repeat of that with Dakota Johnson has been like, it's so soulless. It's just us stood in front of green screens and endless rewrites and studio meddling.
And apparently one of the characters, like I was listening to Kind of Funny talk about, they said like that Ezekiel Sims character. Apparently, like every single line, essentially in the movie, not every single one, obviously, but near enough,
yeah,
has been like clearly ADR'd over because of all the rewrites. But apparently, they just don't. They haven't even made a slight attempt to make like the lips match up to what they're saying, so it just looks like a really bad dub.
They could have leaned into that though.
I think, but that would require any kind of personality in that movie.
It's like I saw, because I've not seen the Marvels yet, of like, oh yeah, in the Marvels, there's a bit where they go to like the musical planet, which sounds really fun and cool,
God,
right?
It was fucking diabolical, Carl.
Well, then they also say, yeah, they go to this, like, the planet of the musicals, which sounds like it could be interesting, but then they meet someone who speaks regular English, so they don't even commit to it.
Yeah.
So not only is it shit,
they do one
commit.
song, and that's it, and then they just move on. And honestly, I'm so glad though that, for me at least, I found that so horribly cringeworthy that, like, the fact that they didn't commit to the bit was a good thing for me.
But still, you think they at least commit a little bit, right?
I was enjoying that movie until that happened and was like, please don't let this last very long, and it didn't. But yeah, you would think at very least, like, if they've had the idea to come up with this thing, that they would at least attempt to do some level of commitment to the bit. Also, hi Alex, I'm doing well, thank you. We are making good progress on our third dark dungeon. It's not quite the darkest dungeon. Like, no one's died.
That game whips so much ass.
I just heard it's one of those weird things where there was a couple that, like, last year where I think they might be early access, but both, like, I think there was 3 of them, but I can remember both City Skylines 2 and Darkest Dungeon 2 both being things of like, oh man, I really liked the first one. Shame about this second one though.
Yeah, it's because Darkest Dungeon 2, they took what made it kind of fun, and they turned it into like a weird roguelike game.
Was Darkest Dungeon 1 not roguelike?
It's kind of, but it's not.
Right.
It was like elements like that, but they made it like, instead of it being where you've got to stick with your team and you build them up over time, it's like a road trip.
Oh.
Where you only get one teammate and you've basically got to survive to the end. So the roguelike elements are still there, but they doubled down on them, which just made the game lose a bit of its identity.
Oh, right. Okay.
The whole thing in like Darkest Dungeon of like having that guy in the crew is a fucking legend with like 15 different like paralyzing mental illnesses. You don't get that.
Yeah,
which makes it easier, but also
it was a case of like
how hard it was.
The more XP they got and the more they went into dungeons, the crazier they got, right?
Yeah.
So you could end up with super powerful people on your party, but they also had a bunch of like, you know, PTSD and stuff, so that they'd get freaked out in battles and things.
Which is always hilarious, yes.
Oh my god, yeah. Give me all those. But yeah, like, I've not really played Darkest Dungeon, but that was one of those where... Yeah, I saw a bunch of people super hyped for number 2, and then just kind of like a big meh when it came out, or when it went into early access, I don't know. I don't know whether it is like a full launch of the game yet or not. Take all of Onion back. This one. Ah, okay. Hope this one. Yeah, no problem. Hope college goes well tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for joining, shall I? Hades 2 early access is set for this year.
Yeah,
not
we
the
should
full
go
game.
Stickers for all balls.
I mean, I kind of hope it's a case of just they do exactly what they did with Hades 1, where it just spent a couple of years in early access, like learning from people's feedback.
Just put, there's more, like, we want more fuckable people in it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, I would presume because they just want people to be able to not, like, you know, people don't want to be waiting years. That I don't think the early access is going to be quite as prolonged as Hades 1 was.
No. Plus, well, they've probably got more money.
Yeah, yeah, they've probably got.
They've probably got like
money
a
from
shit
Hades
like
1.
make it, release it now, make it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can only imagine they made a shit ton of money on Hades. Because that game blew up so fucking hard. I can only hope they made a shit ton of money off Hades.
You'd hope they would, wouldn't you?
They are an indie dev, so it's not like they've... I don't think... I think they were literally just self-published as well. Like, they haven't got some awful deal with, like, a... You know, a fucking Square Enix or any kind of, you know, publisher like that to answer to and give a big cut to. I don't know why I said Square Enix specifically, but we went with it. Made it to Iceborne after 80 hours. Is that like a quick or... Is that a quick playthrough of World into Iceborne, or is that... not? Ah, this is why. This is why there was this. Murder them all. Excellent. So I know there's a ton of extra content in World, but like, I don't actually know how long it would be to just try and go from just Monster World to on a fresh character to like actually just I only want to play Iceborne. Because I know you know, speaking to you, Carl, of just
Yes.
oh well, in Monster Hunter, yeah, you can do like the G rank, this, and this.
I just have no interest in like World because as good as it looks, just the movement sucks compared to Rise because
I can imagine being a Rise player going back to World afterwards feels really
being a
bad.
Monster Hunter player. I played like every Monster Hunter.
Oh no, I know you played a lot of them, but I mean just the general idea of going back to World after you've experienced the movement from Rise. Of just after that experience, it must be like, oh man, it feels really bad not having like that zip bug thing, the wire bug or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they seem to be going even harder in the new Monster Hunter Wilds one. Like that trailer would at least imply that you're going to be just Spider-Man around basically.
Oh, also nice for my Elgato's just randomly turn off while I'm fighting a devil gym with laser beams.
Why are you playing online on an Elgato when you're not streaming?
Because then I get the sound.
No, I know, but could you not just have moved to your PlayStation?
I could have done, but then I'd have to like move. I'd be on my PC screen without. I also won't be able to talk on this.
You could have just been on your phone.
Yeah, it's I'm already set up though. We're getting all people complain about.
It's just one of those like you're adding Elgato lag to online lag.
It's also as well like this. I'm gonna probably end up playing anyway. So
Carl's just double lagging it more. The fact you're getting wins when you're on double lag.
Not against Devil Jin now, because I don't know how to play against him, and the person's just playing with like the auto play mode and just doing his low over and over again.
Oh yeah.
But just the out. So I figure like I've got to play on the Elgato anyway, because I'm probably going to play online, so I might as well get used to the lag.
I mean, I suppose if you're if you are like going to be streaming it, I guess you're going to have to get used to that anyway.
Yeah, but it's like just super nice of just the Elgato to just randomly just uninstall itself. So I can't beat a Devil Jin. You know what the bullshit thing is as well? Like he's got laser beams, and he'll do his laser beam, then I was sidestepping because they've made sidesteps suck so hard in this version.
Oh really?
Like sidesteps were too strong, so they just don't work anymore. And to the point where like you sidestep lasers and they still hit you.
Oh god.
But obviously, as a player, I've been playing Tekken for like 20 fucking years. It's his natural instinct to sidestep, which is always the best option.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas a character like Akizena, she's got a move where it's basically impossible to sidestep. Even Yoshimitsu can't sidestep it with his teleport.
Oh.
And it's like, this is legit broken. Like, if Yoshimitsu can't dodge it, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. I really like this concept of a boss. It's got a big shield that you can like merge into. Yeah. And then you merge into the shield and it's like, wait, where the fuck did you go? And then you like sneak up behind it because it gets confused. Just damage boost, Link. Do it. It's nearly dead because it's just sitting there getting the damage boost hits on it. Like, fuck it, when the game just lets me sit inside your hitbox and spam, I might as well. It didn't even do 4 hearts of damage to me.
You might think this scene's unfair, but remember, it's a monster.
This requires the actual Triforce of Courage. Just the courage to stand inside of your enemy and just spam sword. The courage to damage boost.
It must not like such a man, though.
Yeah.
Like setting a bomb off at your own feet and like ting 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 ting.
I mean, to be fair, the last boss wasn't a right pain. The one before was, but the last one was over so fast because we had the upgraded bombs that I didn't even realise that we'd done it. Lasted like all of just 20 seconds. Oh, here's the one with the sand rod. Excellent. it's just the one item that we're locked away from that we can't rent or buy. Because this guy got stuck in a painting with the sand rod.
I kind of respect that.
Like, he tried to take on Yuga and got annihilated, but had rented one of the items from Ravio. It's like, oh, well, we can't rent that because I've already rented it out to somebody else. It's like, oh, fuck's sake. I always thought I was going to be the hero of our day. It turns out that I thought I'd be the one that's there for Princess Zelda. Seems I'm only a sage and not the hero. Just like, learn your fucking place, Osfalar. I do like that. It's the same with the story of like Linkle, isn't it? Well, Linkle is the female version of the hero, or so she likes to think.
Yeah.
That Linkle thinks that she's the hero, but she's actually just not. She's just a doofus. Like, I do enjoy that. Well, I fit all of the needs for the chosen hero, right? Therefore, I must be the chosen hero. But sorry, it's not you. Yeah, the big glove boss was definitely. I think that was just one of those where we'd gone to that boss a bit earlier than the game intended us to. There must be some way to compromise between enemies respawning the moment you go back on a screen and enemies never respawning.
Yeah. Well, last thing, Zelda figured this out.
Well, no, this one didn't.
Yeah, well, Zelda eventually figured this out.
Well, just every now and then there's just going to be a blood moon that respawns everything, and the more enemies you kill, the faster a blood moon happens. The classic Nintendo. And just every half hour or hour or whatever, it just is like, you should take a break. You've been playing for a long time. The sand rod.
You know what that is? Like, you've been playing too long. It's like, okay, I won't play your game then. It's like,
yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you. Fuck off and don't play our game anymore. It's like, wait, what? Like, yeah, you heard me. Get out of it. Stop playing our game.
Kind of baller.
Like the opposite of a live service game, isn't it? Of just fuck off. Stop playing our game, actually. Yeah, rental price is 50 rupees to own. It's 800 rupees. Like, it is pretty cool that you don't actually require buying any of the items. So apart from the sand rod, from minute 1, you can just own every single item in the game, and just yeah, there you go. You've used up like a few hundred rupees, and
Well, as long as you never die, you're fine.
Yeah. Like, that's such just a ballsy way to design your game. Like, fuck it, we're gonna give you... Just imagine if Metroid did that, of just... Well, you can never die, but we're gonna give you every upgrade right now.
Like, you lose one every time you die.
Well, you lose all of them every time you die. You have to, like, re-earn them.
Samus anyway, right? Every time she dies, she loses all items.
Yeah.
Is anyone that'd be used to that? It'd be fucking Samus.
Yeah, true. Get that sand rod upgrade. That's a cool looking sand rod. Like the sun rod now, babe. And I do really like the fact as well, like, obviously you've not been in the previous streams, but the collectibles of the mai-mai.
Okay.
Like, every 10 that you find, you can upgrade one weapon, and there's 100 in the game. And the map tells you, like, how many are in each area. So it'll be like, oh, there's, 4 in this general area. And how you basically find them, a lot of them are hidden, but they're like, you can hear their little cry as you get close.
Oh, okay. Similar to, like, again, something like Zelda has done in the future.
With, like, sometimes, like, oh, well, I know, for example, if you wear the Korok mask.
Yeah.
Like, anytime you're near a Korok, your mask will start being like, oh, hey. Hey, there's a Korok somewhere. We're not going to quite tell you where it is, but there's a Korok somewhere nearby.
Near here, yeah.
Yeah, I always like that idea of just, we're not going to tell you where something is, but we're just going to give you a nice hint of, like, the general area, so you know that you have to try and figure out a puzzle somewhere nearby to try and find this hidden thing. Always neat. There. You've rented items. Nice. Oh. Appears to be a letter in a bottle. I was up on the mountain doing some bouldering and lost my grip and fell. Sort of hurt myself.
Leave that as a note. Surely the note can say help.
All in the day of a boulderer, going climbing without equipment isn't for the faint of heart. Anyway, I'm stuck on the mountain way past the Tower of Terror. I could really go for some premium milk. Yeah, that'd really make me get up and going again, so if the milk bar picks them up for me. I like the idea of just, I'm stuck on the top of this mountain. What I'm going to do is just launch a bottle into the river down below and be like, give me milk.
Yeah, bring me some milk, please.
Please, specifically, I just need some milk.
Like, please.
Oh, hello. Oh, yeah. This is one of the places to work.
Might try that tomorrow. It's like, throw the letter out my window and say, milk.
I need milk. Bring me some from the shop.
It might work.
Specifically premium milk as well.
Yeah, bring me Cravendale. If it's not Cravendale, I'm sending it back.
Holy shit, I've got 75 seconds to make it to the other side of the map. Oh, you fuck. Well, this just is not happening. Oh no. Come on, Link. Hitting everything on the way. Oh, come on, we're so close. Oh, we're so close. Okay. Okay, I can just speak to them and teleport back. Cool. Let's try that again. This time, let's not get eaten by a like for a whole just 5-10 seconds.
There's a lot of fast he runs. Like, he's so rapid.
Okay, this is better. Go. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, I might be able to edge around that. Yeah, we're way further ahead this. Doesn't mean we should run into everything again, Link. Truly a man with no fear. Slow and steady wins the race here. Come on. Take it nice and easy. There we go. Oh, 100 rupees ain't bad. I don't know whether there is another prize, but let's try and go a bit faster. 65 seconds. Okay, we made it in like 67 that time, and we took it pretty safe at the end, so... Yeah, that's... Ah, shit.
A little like Chatots watching you.
64.2 seconds. We had to do it in 65. Just the insult. Getting hit by the bird. Just... But yeah, before we forget about that, let's go to Kakariko, get some premium milk and bring it up to the top. Make sure it's premium milk. Don't cheap out. I like the idea that you go up there and you've got non-premium milk and like get out. Just leave me abandoned up. It's not worth living life if it's not premium milk.
You should throw it off the edge as well. Do you like the shopkeeper who just insta-killed you for fucking up?
Hmm.
You should do that.
I like that. Oh yeah, I know who that'll be. Just don't make sure that you don't let them die. I don't want to lose their business.
Why don't you go rescue them then?
What do you mean by behind? No, we don't. Get the mai-mai. He's stuck in here. Oh, but this... Bear that in mind. Drop a pin on you. They haven't exactly made themselves easy to find. The one thing I might think of doing if it was lost on a mountain. Oh, there they are. Drop down. That 3 hearts damage from the Lionels. Ah, yes. Oh. Destination. When we come up. Really hoping we don't have to. Mallet here. We have not rented a mallet right now. No, we do for one of the route. Don't like the look of that. Just death soul blade. Oh shit, that was. I thought that was further away than I was. Perspective. Well, upset that we found a mai-mai, but so maybe if we go back and we'll just go rent the mallet first in case. So we'll fly back to Link's house and go rent the mallet just in case we do need it for this bit, and then we can just walk back to the Tower of Hera because I need to do that anyway. I don't think we can get back up now that we've dropped down. Right. So, yeah, we'll rent it. Back up to the tower. Go and hopefully try and find the right place to go.
Right, we're having a very tough match then. I was fighting a Howrine. Help me, Lucas. Like, just
no.
What do I do?
I give all of my power to just
oh,
the Korean
I know
legend
you're giving all your power to the Howrine.
I'm sending all of my energy is going to that Howrine car.
Of course it is. So it's one of those characters that I just cannot stand fighting against. I just don't know when to hit him.
You know, I played Tekken 3 when I was a kid and saw Howrine and was like, yeah, that's it now. That's my main. Just cool dude in a gi doing some cool kicks. That's enough to just get me on board. Like, I will just take this marvel of Korea. I will main him for my life. It's funny because I think Harang's one of those that, apart from you just saying that then, I rarely hear anyone complain about fighting Harang.
It's because I just don't like fighting him. I just never know when to hit him because I can't. I spent so many years learning how to do stuff based on like the arms moving, and he's a character whose legs move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of Tekken is seeing which arm stuff's thrown by. Basically, if it's thrown by the right arm, it's fast. Left arm slow, so you can punish it. I don't know that with the legs, because he's like an entirely leg-based character. I just find him very hard to do anything against.
Like, you must love fighting against Steve. The man's all arms.
Yeah. Like, he's one of those characters, like, he's weirdly easy to beat with some of the characters, because they just have, like, built-in punch parries and stuff that you just can't do fuck all against.
Yeah, I remember you saying this of just, oh, well, this person has a parry against punches. It's like, well, what does Steve do? Punches. He's just a boxer, all he can do is punch. That must be pretty rough matchups.
Yeah, that's the game, isn't it?
I mean, it is, but obviously if you know that someone's a Steve main, you can just, like, pick that awful matchup against him.
Oh
But
my
that's
God,
why it's always good to have...
Speaking of rough matchups, just the Ling getting Kazia'd.
Oh, come on. But yeah, that is why it's always... Oh, for fuck's sake, I keep just, like, being too ballsy and going too early. But, yeah, it's always the reason to have a good pocket character, isn't it? Or a couple. Of just, well, if the only person you know how to play is Steve, then someone against you at a tournament is going to pick just a character that's good against a punching character. And if you've got no response to that, then...
Tekken's not really like a counter-picking game, to be fair. Like, there's weaker characters, but it's not like really a game that's built on counter-picks, because it's such a fast game anyway.
Oh, right, okay.
Like, it's so fast that, like, you don't particularly have much time to counter-pick.
Hmm. Because I would presume, like, obviously in most games, you know, if you see a Harang come up, then you're like, oh, well, I'll just pick the character that's got a good matchup against Harang.
I'm not too worried like being overly matchup based. It's like, obviously, lower tiers can struggle, but there's not many characters that like outright can't do jack shit.
Yeah. That's fair.
Because like the universal mechanics are so strong. Like movement and stuff.
Oh, you fucking kidding me. It's not that way anymore. It also isn't this. Send him in. Do him into the chasm. I swear we've gotten to the end of this and gotten the reward from this one. Gonna be a bad idea. I know we've definitely been this way, but I can't remember whether it was like, this is where it took us to the guy, and then we couldn't do anything about the guy because we didn't have the premium milk, but we're going up right now. And the guy's below where the entrance was. Going away from intended target. Yeah, there must have been something there. We don't need it. Let me back. Must be 2 ways to go when we've gone through that previous place. Like on the downwards path. Oh. I just hesitated for a second. Now so it's all the way back. Oh, fuck off, does that not let you? Oh. Just knows you're entering the kill plane. I hate ones where it's just... I can see that I could make that jump. Because the game doesn't trust me. Kill me. Just drop down here so that it will respawn us here if we met. Try and figure out going on that path. Seeing if there's any other paths to go. If we get hit by that line, it's game over, literally. Well, it's not literally because we've got fairies, but we are within kill range from a line now.
Have you just now as well got like just a permo sausage at the bottom of your screen?
I mean,
just,
not always, but
they've just been there for a long time.
When we have like just these streams where we don't need anything on that bit, yeah. Because like for Mass Effect is where I've kept the counter for like the Paragon or Renegade points.
All right, you don't.
But
want
while
to
I don't need the counter,
Renegade.
it's like just keep a couple of sausages down there.
You don't want to have Paragon Renegade in
just like the Renegade option right now is stand here and just launch the premium milk off the cliff. Just the Renegade prompt comes up, like fuck it. Ice cold milk. I've just been stood in a volcano for 15 minutes. Probably not for ice cold milk anymore.
Thing is, that sounds like some pretty good fucking milk if it stays cold after that long.
It's true.
I'd buy that.
Take this garbage away. Oh, he just gives you the empty bottle. Which is anything but, yeah, it's anything but garbage in the Zelda universe. Take this most valued of all items.
Well, they are that, like, valuable. It's like,
They
think it was
are.
meant more.
There's,
But you can, like, buy...
like 6 bottles in this entire game.
You can just buy milk. What do they sell milk in? You know, like, you buy the milk, but you rent it.
Well, you can only buy milk if you have a bottle.
Oh. Man, it must suck. Everyone's born with one bottle.
Just imagine that, go into a bar and it's like, oh, bring your own glass. Like, what? If you don't have a container to drink your drink out of, we're not serving you. Okay.
I can see it.
The next mark here. Could drop the flag down here.
Well, looks like trot as well. A little power trot.
Treasure plate. I love that. Put a pin on your map so you remember to go here, and then I come back and I'm like, Don't know why this pin's been dropped here. Like just in like Harry Potter, it's like there's that item that lets you know that you've forgotten something.
Oh yeah, but then like you forget what it is.
But it doesn't. Yeah, there's no way of letting you know what it is. It's just, yeah, we can confirm that you have forgotten something that you need to remember. Oh, so essentially, it's just an existential anxiety ball.
Yeah. But yeah, but you've always forgotten something.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Just you don't know what it is, and you don't remember how important it was to remember, but you know you fucked up. I don't think she like knew how to be a decent human being in the first place. So it's hard for her to remember that. Like, she can't remember it if she never knew in the first place.
That was always the way, wasn't it? Of like, I think it's like something I noticed. So I don't remember anyone ever talking about it. It's like one of the first things I brought up, like in one of those early videos. It's before like the transphobia was known, because obviously we've talking about J.K. Rowling. Is that she just made up being poor? Like,
well,
she
might not have made up being poor, but like her worldview is that poor is being able to afford to be able like go to a coffee shop and buy coffees and like a meal every day.
Yeah, but like she was like just completely full of shit about that. Like everything she said about like how little money she had is like a lie.
Oh, it's not even that it's like, oh, it's not that that's not poor, it's that she literally just lied about.
Yeah, she got a grant. Like a piercing grant, I think it is, or something like that.
Oh, yes, I do remember you saying this, yeah.
But also, like, a friend of hers just straight up just gave her, like, 20 grand.
Mm-hmm. That's poor, right?
And no one's ever called her out on that.
Mm-hmm. Like, so she was poor, though, Carl. Her rich friends just funded her.
I think it's the thing I always say, isn't it? It's like, it's a rich person's idea of what being poor is.
Yeah. I had to go and get a coffee at a coffee shop every day, and, like...
They can't imagine having it in your house. Yeah.
Because, yeah, like, I was so poor that I couldn't afford heating, but you could afford to go out and get, like, a meal and a drink at a coffee shop every day.
Well, it's like the idea, like, rich people cannot fathom what it's like to just not have money.
Mm-hmm.
It's why, like, the whole, like, avocado toast discourse is so funny, because they just, in their head, they cannot fathom the idea of just not having money.
Mm-hmm.
So to them, like, anything like that just seems like an extravagance.
Mm-hmm. It's like, well, like, they'd stop being poor if, like, you know, they just stopped buying toast. It's like, what? Like, or maybe, you know, they'd stop being poor if you stopped, like, charging them to live in the houses that you buy up. Okay. Yeah, so no clue at all why I left. Specifically left a pin in that location. Fine. We're discovering other shit along the way. I do find it funny though, where just so many, you know, people talking about. Oh well, I love the idea of like finding side quests in the old Zelda games, and you don't get any of that in Tears of the Kingdom, which you totally do by them.
The whole world is a side quest.
Yeah, everything is like side quests and discovering and stuff.
It's such a stupid discourse. It's
But then,
people who just
like,
don't play the games.
But then it's like, I miss back in the day when there was a real reward to like exploration, and just every single time I find anything is it is 20 rupees. Like, great. Let's not.
Like, that's the thing, you're playing through all of these games, you could say that, but most of it is just it's nostalgia. You played it when you were 14.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I find it interesting to give myself this like, not like challenge, but to do this as a series of like. Rather than just sitting there complaining that I'm like nostalgic for a game and things have changed, it's like, how about I actually go back and re-examine all of these games and make sure I finish them all as well? Because so many of it's probably also people complaining of, like, But it's not how it used to be. It's like, well, did you finish any of the old games? Well, no, I didn't. But, you know, I remember playing the first Dungeon of Link to the Past. That was fun.
So it always is.
Running around like, where the fuck is this person? What's this? Where is just this place that I know that I've been to multiple times? Can't put an eye out for Gully. But do you mean the one that accidentally just slipped into the Dark Realm? Oh, there's a mai-mai there. Yeah, like, I don't understand, like, the argument, because, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom does have good side quests, and does also have similar rewards. Like, there's not the one trading quest through the game that gives you, like, a really good sword, but some Zelda games have them, not all of them, and it's like, that's one quest, though. The rest of the quests, most of the time, just result in a bottle or some rupees. Like,
it was like, you know, when people talk about Pokemon, like, remember we went through Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Oh, those old Pokemon games had so much stuff in them. We play through it, it's like, there's no Pokemon in this Pokemon game.
Yeah. Just how many things here is just, the reward is just, here's some rupees. Like, well done for exploring, here's some rupees.
No, but then they'll say, oh, exploration for exploration's sake. It's like, so why don't you like Tears of the Kingdom then?
Yeah, that game is exploration for exploration's sake. Need to find these power breaks. You just encountering these big rocks and we can't do anything about them. It's just that moment though where all you can hear is like the mai-mai is just like, cheep, 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 cheep. It's like, I don't know where you are, I'm sorry. I wish I could help you. You just hear their lost cries like, please, somebody help. I don't know where you are. Yeah, I always get why people, you know, say a lot of the criticisms about, like, you know, that I don't like the weapon degradation and stuff, and I'm like, okay, yeah, if you think that sucks, then that must be a very frustrating experience playing those games for you. But when they're just like, well, you know, the exploration isn't as good as it used to be, it's like, yes, it fucking is. Like, the one thing I cannot fathom having to go at that game for is exploration of all things.
Yeah. So the only time, and even the weapon degradation thing, like Tears of the Kingdom, the instant they introduced the idea of you can combine stuff, it's like, so it doesn't matter that weapons break, because you can just slap them together.
Mm-hmm.
And I want more weapons to break, so I want to experiment with more stuff. If weapons didn't break in that game, you never have a reason to think, I'm just going to strap a fucking log to a log.
But a lot of people want to be real boring and just get a Master Sword and never use anything else.
Yeah. So I will admit the weapon degradation was annoying in some regards. I think I turned around it when I played through Breath of the Wild. It's annoying at the start, and I think some weapons should be unbreakable. Or like, if you get an elemental weapon, you should have the ability to reforge, like the Zora weapons, for example.
Like, you can do for a great cost, but I think like maybe the cost is just too high.
Yeah, like you should have the options to do it whenever you want. But as soon as you get... The whole idea is they want you to improvise.
Yeah. It's like the cost in that game for like redoing your weapons, like rebuilding a weapon that wouldn't last that long, was like multiple diamonds, and the payoff was just not worth it.
Yeah.
But then again, it would just be that thing of, but if you made it really cheap, people would just forge those 4 weapons, use them until they broke, fast travel back to those locations and build them again.
That's the thing. I can see both sides of it. I can see what people are arguing about, and Tears of the Kingdom completely. I have no qualms about the weapon degradation. It's part of the game. Like, they don't want weapons to be unbreakable. They want you to experiment, and the best way to encourage that is to make it so you periodically have to. Otherwise, people will just min-max the shit out and it'll be boring as fuck.
Also, yeah, I think like one of the coolest rewards in any Zelda game was like, oh, do you like that Colosseum that we found where there's like 5 fucking Lionels that you got to take on all the way up to like fighting like 2 silver Lionels at once or something. I can't remember what the last one was, but we got our asses handed to us. Like, I had to come back, prepare, come back, do it again. And then the reward was a fucking Majora's Mask that means that we don't have to, like, fight enemies in the wild anymore.
Yeah.
Like, no longer aggro enemies on sight. Like, how fucking good is that as an armor ability? And yeah, but there's never any exciting rewards at the end of it. It's like, you literally just have a thing where, like, if you want to wander around and not get aggroed, you just can do that.
So I said, I can understand it from Breath of the Wild, because while you did have a lot of freedom to do a lot of dumb stuff, it's like, it wasn't effective, a lot of it. Like, throwing bombs was really funny up until you fought silver shit, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
The combination thing, as soon as you have that, like, if you can kill one enemy at whatever level, and you just pick up one of its pieces and strap it to a fucking stick, you've got a sick-ass weapon.
Yeah, like, even if you've only got a stick, if you've got a stick with, like, a silver Lionel horn on there, it's still not the best weapon because it's going to break quite quickly, but it's still powerful as fuck while you've got it.
Yeah.
And then a lot of that comes down to, okay, but people then get attached to, it's like the elixir thing, isn't it? Of,
yeah.
Well, oh yeah, I've got some silver Lionel pieces, but I never want to attach them to any weapon because what if I need it in the future?
And it's just, I can only understand in Breath of the Wild, but the moment they introduced that combination system, it's like, there is no reason to complain. Anyone complaining just fundamentally doesn't understand what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
And is playing the game antithetical to what the designers intended.
Like, it's fine if you don't like that, but you've got at some point to take like some partial level of responsibility about just like, well, you just don't like the game then. Like, that's fine, but you just, if your argument is I should be able to have one weapon, it's like,
that's not what the game is.
That's not what this game is. That's not what the design of this game is. Like, you just inherently don't want to be playing this game then.
Yeah, like, play a different game. It's not for you. That's not the intention.
It's like, obviously, I've played like 100 hours of Elden Ring, for example, but a lot of the time I don't want to play, especially the Dark Souls copycats. Because Dark Souls, apart from like maybe like Demon Souls, was really bad for just fuck you, you die without warning.
Yeah.
But I think they learned quite early-ish of like, well, maybe not an insta-kill, like without warning. Maybe like a little bit of warning is good.
Yes.
But like, obviously they still do that classic thing of brutally murdering you a lot. But it's like, most of the time I feel like you can kind of see it coming in Dark Souls and Elden Ring. Whereas you play like a Neo, and it's like, oh no, something just dropped on your head out of a tree while you were walking down a path without warning, killed you. It's like, uh-oh. And how was I meant to know it? Oh, you'll know it next time.
Yeah.
It's that design philosophy where I hate the, we'll just learn for next time. It's like, but I couldn't have done anything. The fact that I couldn't have done anything the first time round is just, that to me just doesn't feel like good game design.
Yeah.
And therefore I just avoid a lot of those games, because a lot of those games kind of misunderstand what FromSoft are doing and why they manage to do it so well. It's like, oh, but it's a good game because it just kills you, right? It's like, no. a lot of the time it's that you should always be on guard and paying attention. And yeah, something might hit you from behind a doorway, but you can see, like, if you took your time, you could sit there and see that there's like something, like there's a shadow in the hallway or something, or that you can see like the weapon sticking out a little bit.
Yeah.
And you get like a little bit of warning if you take things slowly and are cautious. But then yeah, I encountered it a lot with when I just like got a code for Neo 2 and just played a bit of that and was like, oh no, this game just wants to murder me. It doesn't seem to have figured out why it wants to murder me. It just wants to murder me.
Yeah, because it knows that like that's the thing that people like.
That's a thing that people associate the brutality of Dark Souls games with, like, that genre. And it's like, but it's not. They're not necessarily all just brutal for brutality's sake. There are very difficult elements within them, but again, like most of the time I was going through Elden Ring, if I was slow and cautious, I could see that something was going to happen. Reacting to it, of course, is a completely different situation.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
At least I don't feel completely just cheated for it. Like, you know, there's those ones, for example, where you go under, like, the underground and you have the, those big, like, giant, like, I don't even know what they are, but, like, basically just, like, those big machines on wheels, and you've got to, like...
Oh, yeah, I fucking hate those.
Just
like,
dodge them
like,
through all the corridors.
That is, like, that idea taken to the extreme of just, like, the absolute fuck you. I remember, like, there's a bit where you got to fight 2 of them at once. Underground. It's like, no, fuck this. This is not fun. Oh, and they can like hit you through walls and stuff. It's like, what am I actually? There's no way to skillfully avoid any of this.
Yeah, I've been just trying to casually find this location where we needed the running boots, but I just really can't remember where it is at all to save my life. And I just think the difficulty with the dark side and like Dark World and Light World is, I'm not even sure whether it's in High Rule or Low Rule. I'm kind of wandering aimlessly between 2 different versions of the same world, not remembering where I'm going. Give it another couple of minutes, but... At least we have many a man. I think, like, just casually wandering around and exploring, we've got 43 out of the 100 mai-mai so far. Doing pretty good with that. Oh, I can hear one. I think. Pterodactyl thing. Oh no, there is definitely a mai-mai crawling around here.
Really, it was only a little trot. Look at it.
Definitely. 7. Gonna let Bookmark. Oh, cool. Just in that tree. Oh my god, like a mai-mai and a bomb fell out of that tree. That's why it was calling for help. It was just stuck in a tree, just on this branch with like a bomb next to it. Please, somebody. Just if I make any sudden movements, this bomb may go off in my face. No, I'm after you. Come on.
Just you hearing you like, I'm coming to get you. Like, so threatening.
They're just crying out for help. That's why you can just hear like the little chirpy cries, like "Help me! Somebody help me!" You just feel bad. Like, don't worry, Mama, I'm coming. Not be forgotten about. I do like the idea though. You forget about one. Just find 99 of the mai-mai and then leave one out there in the wilderness. On its own. What do you do? Oh, okay. Definitely mai-mai. Too little time. Doesn't appear to be. Never know. Oh, there is definitely one here. There we go.
For a second, I thought you were walking on baked beans then.
Walking on baked beans?
Yeah, because like, just the wall, like the cobbles, like baked beans.
I wish. Wish Link could just walk on baked beans. Please spare my life. Leave me alone. Now please go. Okay. I don't need rupees that badly. I don't want it to just make you feel uncomfortable. I'll just leave. It's fine. Back to the vacant house. Too threatening. Let's go just get our upgrade for probably like the tornado. I just don't like the idea of being so mean to this person. I know they're a Hinox, but they're just a quiet Hinox hide behind a waterfall. Like, please do not disturb me. Please just let me be in peace.
That would be a cool Hinox.
I'm already renting it, but if you want to buy, we can do it for 800. Yeah, why not? It is a bit rude though, because I've already rented that for like 50 rupees. So if he was a nice businessman, he would have said, well, you've already paid me the 50 rupees for the rental fee. The buy fee will knock 50 rupees off the buying fee.
Well, Lucas is a businessman.
He is a businessman. He's a true businessman. He's like, oh yeah, but the buying price is 800. But yeah, but I'm renting it right now for 50. Can we not, you know, meet in the middle and take the 50 off the buy price? The buy price is 800.
But I already paid for one. It's like, yeah, you rented. This is buying. That was a different thing.
That's a different transaction, mate. Sorry.
And you're like, fuck, it is a different transaction. He's got me there. Oh no, another harangue.
Oh no.
Oh man, I'm playing as Jack this time, not Rainer. So Jack is real fucking slow. Do you know what though, Jack? What Jack's got though? He's got that fucking flex.
He's got them hands.
Ugh. The thing about Jack is you need to learn like your counters, and it's like that's what I've been practicing.
Ah, right, okay.
Do you think he's all about the power? It's like, nah, man, he's about like landing single hits, which is really funny. Those single hits do 1/3 of your health.
Alright, cool. Well, I've seemingly lost this place, so how about we just round out, we're trying the not horribly bad game. Because we do have the Sand Rod now. And couldn't get money off this minigame with the I think it might be. I remember playing it last time. It was like, okay, but there's clearly areas where we could get the sand rod out and make way more money, so give it a shot. Oh. Don't need that.
I've done it though. I've just blocked his like rage 3 times and just thrown him. Or twice so far. Oh, he's gone into like the easy bake mode, which is really, I love that the game tells you when they do it.
Oh, does it tell you when they switch?
It tells you when they've activated
when
it.
they activate baby mode.
So I can see that he's going to baby bitch mode. But the thing is though, it tells you what they're pressing as well.
Oh.
So you can tell if he's, so I can tell if he's going to go up and press like the low button. So I just low parry him every time. And they don't understand how it works. So it's go, oh, low. It's like, it's impossible to block a low. It's like, well, the screen tells you that you're pressing low.
Oh, man.
Which is really funny. I can just see him mashing low. So it's like, oh, I'll just block low. Well, imagine how, like, fucking stupid you must think you are. Like, I can see what button you're... Like, the number one thing in fighting games you never want your opponent to be able to do is know what button you're pressing.
Hmm.
And like, oh, just the game's telling you what button he's pressing. So it's like, well, I know exactly what he's going for.
Oh, hello. Rupee Rush. Oh, this is the light world version of Rupee Rush. Cool. There's no timer. Yeah, so I appreciate this as a mini-game card.
Yes.
So you have 30 seconds to collect as many rupees you want for 50 rupees. But if you don't come back within 30 seconds, you lose all that money.
Everything. That's
and
pretty good.
And there's no timer.
Oh, so if you get greedy.
Mm-hmm. So, like, if you fuck about and spend too long just thinking you got a bunch of money, it's like, you can't.
Can you set your own time? I bet you can just set your own time, though, can't you? Like, you can just, on your, like, phone, set a timer and just know. But that's not, like, in the spirit of the game, I bet.
It's not.
Or...
But yes, I did do that one time. I just, like, set my own timer and then... Probably just... I got my mai-mai out of it. Yeah, we had 3.4 seconds left. We got.
Oh, you know, one of the funniest things about Jack as well. He has got all the slowest attacks in the game, but his single fastest attack is like that rage break thing that just does like a mass amount of damage.
Oh.
Well, you have like the super moves.
Yes.
So like the new mechanic, like the big super moves.
Mm-hmm.
Jack's like one of them is as fast as a jab, and the amount of people just don't seem to know that. And they just whiff an attack, and Jack just force palms them because he looks like Armstrong. Do you when Armstrong throws like the big Metal Gear parts at you? It looks like he's doing that because like the railgun flies down.
Oh my god!
It just looks like he just instantly throws like the railgun part at them.
Oh, this mini game, yeah. You have to not get hit by a cuckoo for 30 seconds as you're just boxed in.
That's scary.
Oh, shit. This is level 1. I can't remember how many levels there are, but... This is easy mode. Oh. I don't know if the ones that are flying, like, right above you count or not. Or whether they're just there to distract you. Let's see what level 2 is like.
I want like 50 million cuckoos to come in.
Oh no, egg level. Egg level. Like, for some reason in my head I was like, yeah, egg level is going to be harder than chick level. It's like, no, chick.
Look how many there is. They're all staring you down.
Let's see what chick level's like. Do this one. Oh god. Oh the fatties! The fatties have come in.
So And where's like the Pokemon Legend of Zelda crossover where they're like chocobos?
Yeah. Oh god, imagine just like chocobos coming in here, 50 miles an hour. There we go. I mean, to be fair, it's a pretty efficient way of getting some money if you... Oh, the rooster level. It's much trickier.
That sounds like top tier level.
Rooster level. That's got to be the hardest level, I'd imagine. And there's like golden rooster level. God.
Like, Lucas, this jab is just instantly like just annihilating people. Like, they don't know what to do. It's like, oh, you whiffed a jab, just 50 damage.
Oh my god.
It's so fun. So I was like, look at the frame data for it, that can't be right. It can't be right. Like, it can't be the fastest move Jack has. He's like his most powerful one. It's like, well, I guess it makes sense. He is like killer fighting robot.
Whoa! In the corner. A special level for you next time. Oh shit. Apparently there's harder than... Can we go harder than Rooster? Endless mode.
I guess that's just survive as long as you can and you get points based on how long you can, I suppose. Is that what it is?
I presume so. Let's see how we do on Endless. This is when I'm just here until like we do the podcast.
Yeah. So I'll go to bed now, Luke, and I'll come back on. It's like he's still playing.
He's still just streaming. He's been like endless mode for 6 hours.
Like BBC News is here. It's like this boy, he's going to police, and then that Sky News person comes in and goes,
"Oh God, you need to get alive."
Oh,
no! They got me. 22 seconds. Just look at that screen. There's so many fat cuckoos.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. I did like though. Basically, everyone on Earth like agreed. Fuck that woman for that.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go at a 13-year-old kid for beating what people thought was an unbeatable game. Like, get alive. I'm 13. I don't need to get alive yet. Like, clearly got more of a life than a person who wants to bully a fucking 13-year-old child on live TV.
You know, bullying children is so fun.
I mean, it is.
Well, Luke, you play Pokemon. You can't tell me bullying children's not like fun as fuck.
Holy shit, it's just, there's so many fat cuckoos. Like, I need to keep coming back and doing this because they need the exercise.
For a second, I thought you were going to say there's so many fat children. There's so many fat children that need to be bullied.
Until you can keep going for 100 seconds, I'll be keeping the prize.
Oh, it must be something good, right? I bet it's more rupees. It's like, just like you said, innit?
I don't think I can manage 100 seconds of this. 10 seconds, fucking hell. Like, no more. Link cannot handle this. Small child does not want more fat cookies. No more fat cock for Link. He can't handle it.
No one can.
You're safe now, Link. You're safe from the cuckoo. Alright, well, I will leave it there for everyone.
No, just what you need to do. It's like save state as you've been annihilated by the fat cuckoo.
So actually, we'll do the save states, but apparently we can't trust them today, so, you know, we'll see. But thank you everyone for joining, and Carl and I will be streaming on the Wiki Weekends channel tomorrow, doing the podcast live. So that'll be 6 PM UK time, and then I'll be back streaming on my Twitch on Thursday, doing some Pokemon X Nuzlocke.
So me and you were talking about that. We're streaming every day this week except like Saturday and Sunday when we've got to have a life, folks.
Yeah.
We've got to have a life.
We do. Monday to Friday you can find us live. Oh, but yes. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Carl, for joining as well.
Yeah, no, we've just been playing some tech in the background.
Oh yeah,
Senator Armstrong grows more powerful.
just flexing on everyone. Yeah,
It's
thank
so
you.
fun.
Hope everyone has a lovely day, evening, or night, wherever you are.